Welcome to the Backlot 605 podcast. This is episode 58. I am your host. I am Casey Kelderman. Joining with me this week is my Killer Countdown co-host, Blake Ginithan.
What is up?
What's up?
Where's Brian? No Brian.
Brian, how you doing? No
Brian.
Brian had to switch some stuff up because he wanted to go to Star Wars on opening night, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was coming out this week.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I have my tickets already.
Yeah. I'll go watch it when I watch it. Because that's he wanted to go opening night.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going Friday, so
you're gonna be the last person in the Schmuck Club to see it. Probably.
Yeah, the one person who never goes to see movies in theaters is now going opening weekend, and I'm still be the last person in our group to go see it, which is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing it within 24 hours of the rest of you guys. So.
I think you'll be fine. You'll avoid any spoilers.
Yeah.
I think we'll be trustworthy that we won't spoil it.
Yeah,
for you.
I don't think we have that type of group. So
No, we don't. Let's get into this. This week's episode, we are going to be talking about the 2020 award season in general, talking about the Oscars, Golden Globes, SAG Awards, the Tutti Frutti Awards. I don't care what awards we're talking about.
I will say, out of all of them, I'm looking forward to the Tutti Fruttis the most.
Yeah, that's what we should change the name of our award show.
The Tutti Fruttis.
The Tutti Frutti Award
I don't know.
show.
We should probably put that to a vote before we decide anything.
The Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
That's what the Schmuckies will be changed to. So later this next year, I guess, early next year. That's how it should be phrased. We will be doing our very own award show called the Schmuckies. Myself, Brian will be on it. Blake, probably Andy, maybe Jameson, maybe.
Does Andy have to come back again?
Andy Erickson.
Oh, Andy Erickson.
Andy Erickson will be on that.
Okay.
And then maybe Andy the Fat Dude.
We should probably put that to a vote as well.
Why?
He's here all the time.
Who, Andy the Fat Dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need him here anymore.
No.
We don't need him.
If he's going to come on here and talk trash about movies and stuff, we don't need that negativity.
We should bring up one thing before we get into our episode. I want to talk to you about last week's episode because you weren't here.
Yeah.
But you had the chance to listen or watch. I don't know whichever one.
Yeah, I don't watch. I listen.
Okay.
Yeah, because I drive a lot, so I listen to it.
What would you think of that crazy ending? I didn't expect it, honestly. With Andy and Charlie Eccles. We're setting up for people who didn't listen last week. Last week we had Andy the Fat Dude on and Charlie Eccles, the professional wrestling commentator from Midwest All Pro Wrestling and SuperCon. He actually stole Andy's prized Andre toy from his childhood. He just took it and ran out my door.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Charlie since.
Okay. Well,
we've had a few social media things, but I haven't talked to him since. I don't know what his thinking was.
I don't know. I don't know.
It was unexpected. I don't know what to think of it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously I couldn't see anything, so I was like, oh, what's happening? And I'm assuming Andy came back in, just.
He tried chasing him out the door, but he couldn't catch him.
Ready to.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I'm curious to see if it's going to culminate early or if it's going to happen at our live show.
Yeah, I don't know. Andy isn't scheduled to be on our show until the live show. Charlie isn't as well, so I probably won't see either one until maybe then.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
It's going to make the live show maybe a little awkward.
We'll see.
Yeah. And then Andy called you out too. Did you catch that? Yeah.
Of course I did.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I was just listening, and all of a sudden...
I think he just didn't want to call out me and Brian because we were right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Andy seems to think that I have like this big hard-on for the Tree of Life, and
do you?
It's really good. But I don't know. I appreciated getting a call out because
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'm like I said in the group chat, I'm not a big trash talker, so I have nothing prepared to sponge at him.
Well, yeah. What I think might benefit us, I think his head's into Charlie right now. He's not in the game.
No.
I think he's outside of it. I think he might stumble a little bit with some of his picks at this point. This is going to benefit us.
I think so.
I feel bad for him though. I do feel bad, but
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see at the live show.
Yeah.
January 26th.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that. I think about that all the time.
Yeah. So, if you guys are in the Sioux Falls area, join us January 26th at Last Stop Studios for our live show.
Exciting.
Let's jump into our episode, though. We got to get into this. We can't be talking too much about what happened in the past or future. We got to be talking about the present right now. which we start off with the box office. Jumanji: The Next Level, $60 million for that number one spot at the box office. It's going to take it for 1 week, and then Disney will have it right back.
How did this do compared to the last Jumanji?
I do not know. Do I care?
No, we don't care. I'm just curious.
I'll look it up.
I'm just curious if this is a step down from what the last one pulled. This is why Brian is sorely missed, because he would know. But I'm just curious if this is a step down from the last movie or not.
Did you watch the last one? Not the Robin Williams.
Yes and no. So this might be TMI. But when my wife was in labor at the hospital, I wanted something light on the TV to kind of distract everybody, and I put on Jumanji. And so like no one was really watching it, but it was just kind of there. So I don't think I've seen it.
The opening for the first one, $36 million.
Okay, so it did a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if this is Kevin Hart or if this is The Rock or if it's both or what. But people seem to love them together, and it helps that they trash talk each other a lot on social media. So. Yeah,
I caught probably 20 minutes of it the other day. Kayla was watching it out
the old one.
The first one with The Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black. I didn't want to watch any more of it.
It's not for me.
No, I agree. I think if you're probably in that 12 to 14-year-old range, right? That early teenage age. This is the move. Like, this is one you're probably gonna go to the theaters and watch. Yeah.
I guess I figure younger, but
I don't know. There's probably some humor that's probably not mature enough for 12-year-olds. I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't for me. I wasn't excited for this sequel. But $60 million. That's a good weekend.
It's a very good haul. Yeah. Better make its money now.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good marketing strategy by Sony though, for where they placed the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because Frozen had opened up at the end of November. They let that run its course for 3-4 weeks here. And then now they're going to hit the week before Star Wars. So you're not going to be fighting Frozen for that long, and then Star Wars, you're going to hit it right in the middle. I think this was a good choice by Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week, of course, Star Wars will dominate, wipe everything out of the water. But yeah, I think it was a smart pull by Sony to release it this week. Number 2, Frozen 2, $19 million. Pretty good fourth weekend out for the movie.
How much did it make?
19.
That's pretty good. That's a lot of movies' first opening weekend.
Yeah. I mean, what was the domestic on it already?
It's got to be over 300, right?
Yeah, 366 domestically. It'll hit that billion, I'm sure, pretty soon. I don't know what it's at worldwide. But it'll eventually hit it for sure. Disney will then have like 8 movies hit $1 billion or something like that this year.
Is that impressive anymore?
This year. Yeah. I mean, for one studio, that's nuts.
Yeah.
It's the Disney machine, and we're all living in it. Number 3, Knives Out, $9.2 million.
You haven't seen this yet?
I haven't seen it. Have you?
No, my mom saw it when she was here, and she's like, that was a great movie. So it seems to be like a big audience pleaser.
Yeah. This one might be eventually like we're running into end of the year, Star Wars is coming out. We're going to get into the award type of movies, which Knives Out has been nominated for some.
Which we might talk about later.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about later. But yeah, it might just be one I'll end up watching in the West Mall.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to see it. It's just, it's so hard to see a movie nowadays.
Yeah. Number 4, Richard Jewell, the Clint Eastwood directed film, $5 million.
Okay, that seems to be a little low for what I was expecting it to be.
Only opened in 2,500 theaters too, so about 2,000 less than like Jumanji.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to get the wide release like a Jumanji would or Frozen 2 in its 4th week, but I think that's a pretty okay opening.
Yeah, it seems low
for what it's opening up against, though.
Yeah.
Who's going to rush out to see this? Is what I'm.
Yeah, probably the 45 plus.
Yeah.
Group, which.
But I mean, think of the last couple of Eastwood movies. They haven't been the most critically acclaimed or box office draws.
Yeah.
Like that. What was it?
We don't have
16, 17 to Paris?
15, 17. We don't have to look it up, but I'm curious to how the Mule did. Because the Mule's like.
Yeah, but he was also in that movie.
And that also seemed to be more. Like, have you seen the Mule?
I have not.
Okay, the Mule definitely seems more of a lighthearted movie than this one is. So
You mean Clint Eastwood having a threesome is more lighthearted?
it's a three. I don't remember a threesome in that movie.
That's all I know about the movie. He does, yeah.
No, that's
Are you
not
sure?
true.
That's not the Mule?
No, I don't remember him having a threesome. Oh yes, yes. Spoilers. Sorry, you're right. He does. I forgot about that.
17 million opening for the Mule.
Almost. So. Yeah, it's a huge drop. But yeah, I don't know. Like Clint Eastwood this decade seemed to have like maybe he was back with the American Sniper, which is obviously really played to the Patriot crowd in this country. But yeah, it's too bad. Like Richard Jewell is getting a lot of good reviews and ending up on some best of lists at the end of the year, and it looks good. But I don't know, like maybe the market's just so saturated with choices now that a serious drama, a true story, there's no place for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's also coming in where no one's really been talking about it before this last week.
Other than the movie people, it's not being discussed.
I mean, even in the award contention, I think it's kind of falling under the radar.
It's on the peripheral for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people who I've seen, watch their reviews or read the reviews that love it. They loved it, but
really?
But I think it's a thing where it's just not getting a lot of buzz outside of that.
Yeah, it's possible.
Number 5 is the remake of Black Christmas, $4.4 million.
This is a bomb.
This is a certified bomb.
My wife saw it Friday night.
Yeah,
she hated it.
Okay. She hated it.
Yeah, she said it had nothing to do with the original movies, and sort of played into a different type of like what it was trying to get across was different than the previous movies.
Okay.
So she was like, she thought it was really funny, but like she kind of finds the other ones funny too.
Yeah.
So.
Which we talked about.
Yeah. So she thought it was terrible, and no offense to the people who made it, I have no interest in seeing this. I'm kind of just over. I'm just sort of done with remakes, and it doesn't look good either. Like it doesn't look. It looks like they in the trailers they really just kind of showed you everything.
Yeah,
and maybe they didn't. I don't know.
I hear from what I've heard, the last act is really crazy that they don't show it all in the trailer.
Oh,
is what I've heard, but not in a good way.
Oh, so they wanted to keep it out to.
I guess, yeah. I do want to see this, but it's not like I'm going to rush out to the theater to watch it.
This is a rental for sure.
Yeah, yeah. If it was maybe for $3 like at the West Mall, I'd probably go watch it the opening weekend. But yeah, I do want to see it too. I want to be part of that conversation that people are having about it though. Because I think there's two very different sides. Yeah.
People are liking it?
Well, I'm not necessarily thinking they're liking it, but they like the approach it took and the message it had to say within 2019. But
if it's the same message, my wife was very much against it.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I think if it's the message we're thinking of, a certain hashtag.
I don't know.
Oh, she didn't say.
No, she...
What I've heard, it's a very Me Too type of movie.
She said it's a very female empowerment movie, which she thought was kind of that's just overplayed.
I think that's any slasher movie though, if you really think about it.
They're a female empowerment? See, I think they're the opposite.
Oh, you think the opposite? I don't. Yeah, I think I think that's what that's a discussion for a different.
Yeah.
But I think the original Black Christmas also had that in it, and it's why not just leave it as Black Christmas?
Yeah, I mean the first one's still so effective. I don't know why you keep remaking it, but
and then the 2006 remake is completely different than that in a just a very different way. But $4.4 million. Not a good opening for the Blumhouse.
They might as well just pull it out of theaters now.
I don't think it'll make it to the new year. All right, so that was the box office for the week. Let us know your thoughts. Next week will be a very different story with Star Wars at number 1, everything else trailing very far behind.
Yes.
Maybe Cats. How well do you think Cats will do? Let's leave with that question.
Oh, man.
Will it make the top 5? Will it make the top 5?
Yeah. It's opening weekend?
Yeah.
When does it come out?
Next weekend with Star Wars. Against Star Wars.
Yeah, it will.
Can it? Yeah.
That's my guess.
I'm going to go 4 or 5.
Jumanji,
I'm going to say Jumanji 2, Frozen 3, Knives Out 4, Cats 5.
Knives Out pulled in $9 million. It'll beat Knives Out. It'll be number 3.
You think so?
It's a guess, right? It's a prediction.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. Let us know what you guys think.
I'm not banking my mortgage on it, but like I think
we are betting our houses on this on Cats.
I'm taking the 3rd spot.
All right. Let's move on to the news. We have a first trailer for Wonder Woman 84. Blake, what did you think of this trailer? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Should start with that.
It's okay. I didn't like the first Wonder Woman. I don't know if there's a reason that this takes place in the 80s. I'm sort of like played out with the 80s a little bit. So I wonder if this movie is about 3 years too late. Having said that,
it should have just been the first movie?
Maybe. I'm really excited to see, oh God, I'm going to screw her name up. Kristen
Wiig?
Kristen Wiig, yes. I'm really excited to see her as a villain, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I think will be happening.
Otherwise, I love the use of New Order's Blue Monday in the trailer. And it looks well made. It's not my kind of movie. So I'll wait for it to come out on rental.
Yeah, I think it looks visually really, really good and interesting. It looks visually different than the first one.
Yeah.
Which I'll give it props to. The first one, I think I've said it on the podcast a couple times. I think 2/3 of it are great. The last third is really, really bad.
Yeah.
I think it should have ended with the sequence where she climbs out of the trenches and is deflecting the bullets and faces off against the army.
Yeah, it definitely felt it went on a little too long.
Yeah, which many DC movies tend to do.
A lot of movies do that nowadays.
But like you said with the 80s aspect, I think it's overplayed. I think we're...
Maybe not overplayed, but like you really need to do it right or...
It felt like they were on the same set as Stranger Things Season 3.
Yeah, you're right.
Which where the 80s is almost becoming a parody of the 80s.
It is. Like I don't mind a movie being set in the 80s, but if you're gonna look back at it and make fun of it, then that is overplayed, and I'm kind of done with that.
Or making the decade almost like a caricature rather than the actual decade of what it actually was.
Like if there's a purpose for it being in the 80s, and then like, hey, we're gonna play Tears for Fears and have Zippo pants and fanny packs, then I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's set in the 80s. It has something to do with the 80s landscape of like the Wall Street 80s, like dealing with the 1% versus the not 1%, dealing with the
99%.
Yeah, the big business, the guy in the suit, Pedro Pascal in this trailer.
He looks really good in the movie.
He looks completely different, and I'm kind of digging it.
I had to actually like pause the trailer.
I didn't think it was him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if they deal with kind of some of those social aspects, I think that will be at least interesting. They do show some stuff with whatever her home is, the mascara.
I have no interest in
Neither
that.
do I.
Land. I really... That for me, when that movie opened, the first one opened with that, I was so bored with that part. But
I tend to agree.
I understand you got to do an origin with Wonder Woman for this generation, and I'm. Totally
but do you need that in the sequel?
Oh, I don't know. It depends how it plays into it. I'm sure Robin Wright has like a sequel guarantee or some
probably. Yeah. I think her suit at the end looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. I think it'll be a very visually interesting movie, but we'll see besides that if it ends up being worthy of being set in the 80s or anything like that.
It could be.
Yeah, and I am interested to see Kristen Wiig as a villain.
Yes.
If she goes full villain.
I definitely think she's done some roles where, like she's not Kristen Wiig from SNL.
Yeah.
But
this trailer kind of shows Kristen Wiig from SNL. She's cracking jokes.
Yeah. That could... we'll see.
I don't know. I want to give her a chance.
I think we could be seeing like the beginning of like superstar Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
So
I'm
excited for that.
Let her. I think her and Bill Hader like both can be.
Yeah.
People that can go full drama, like award contender drama. So yeah, give them both a chance.
I want to see if Bill Hader can. Has Bill Hader directed it? Oh, he's directed his show Barry.
Probably.
But like, so I've listened to some interviews with him about his love of movies, and like that dude has serious film knowledge. So he's someone I really want to see make movies.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I'd be into it. He reminds me kind of like a toned down version of Jim Carrey, and I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
Because like he can do both comedy and drama very, very, very well, and I think Bill can do that just as well.
Yeah. I can see that. I'm excited. I like the last gag with Chris Pine in the trailer where she's like, "Oh, it's art pieces everywhere," and then he walks into a garbage can. And she goes, "That's just a garbage can." He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I love that joke.
I want to say I want to think they improvise that. It's just the way Chris Pine reacted to it. I think he improvised.
Yeah.
I think those two have pretty good chemistry though.
I think so. Yeah.
Which unfortunately, I think I wish they would. That's probably why they brought him back.
You know what they should do is they should co-host Saturday Night Live together.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'd be into that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right. So that was the Wonder Woman 84 trailer. Next piece of news, very short one here. The Conjuring 3 has a new title. The Conjuring: The Devil Made Me Do It.
Oh my God.
What do you think of this title?
Did you just hear my reaction?
Yeah.
That's my feeling on this. It's a bad title.
It's a bad title. Just call it Conjuring 3 then.
Yeah. I don't know why we have to get so convoluted with our title. Like, who's gonna walk up to the ticket office and be like, "The Conjuring, the devil made me do it"? Like, come on, they're gonna say Conjuring 3, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, the second one, like, I think if you set a precedent where, like, if your sequel is just called 2, the rest of your sequels should just be numbered.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I don't even care if there is another subtitled title, but like
you're still gonna call it Conjuring 2
or 3. Yeah, like this. I don't know who makes these decisions.
So I'm a fan of this franchise. I don't know if you necessarily are.
I think
we haven't discussed it too much.
No, I think the first one's great, and I think the second one's better.
Okay. I'm on the opposite. But I like both.
That's how I feel about it.
I like both. But are you excited for a third one?
Nah, I could care less.
Okay. I am, because I think the third one, the route I wanted them to go, they already did with Annabelle Comes Home.
Yeah.
It's kind of the third one already. I'm a little weary on this one because James Wan's not coming back. And then the director...
Is he producing, though?
Yes. Michael, I believe he's writing the script.
But didn't the guy who did Annabelle Comes Home is doing Conjuring 3?
No.
Oh, okay.
That is Gary Doberman. He helped write all the spin-offs. And he wrote all those. So he knows that franchise very well. I wish he would be doing Conjuring 3. Michael Chavez, who did The Curse of La Llorona, is doing this one.
Okay.
Which I was not a fan of at all. I thought that movie's really bad.
See, I've heard split things on that.
I
haven't seen it personally, but yeah. I don't know. I mean,
we'll see. I think
I definitely think there's going to be a drop in quality.
Yeah, I think they, not to be gross or anything, they blew their load in Annabelle Comes Home by doing the werewolf already.
Yeah,
because
I thought that was the worst part of the movie.
I did too, because I want to see a practical werewolf.
Yeah, it really.
I enjoyed seeing that they brought in the werewolf, because that's like my favorite story from the Warrens is the guy that's possessed by a werewolf.
Okay,
I think that'd be really cool to explore in a third movie. Open it up with Warren Zevon's Werewolves of London. So what's the title of the movie? The Conjuring, Werewolf in London. And then, you go from there. Because I'm sick of it. I'm not to say I'm sick of it, but I'm over having a ghost or a spirit or a demon in each of these movies. Let's do monsters. Let's go werewolf. Let's go crazy.
I guess
that's why I liked aspects of The Nun, because it was more of a gothic feel to it.
Yeah.
Than just a spirit.
I think I'm opposite with you. I think whether you agree with ghosts existing or not is maybe a lesser point. Movie. But it feels more grounded in realism than the other ones, and I think if you did a werewolf, which I don't believe exists, I don't even believe ghosts exist, honestly. But I think straying from realism within the Conjuring series is a bad thing.
I think they've already gone crazy, though.
With the second one,
with all the spin-offs. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
within the series, though.
Let me rephrase. Within the two Conjuring movies, they stick to realism. The other ones, well,
let's say until they introduce the nun, then
more so than
crazy.
More so than the other ones. So I think if anything, a werewolf should exist within like it's either its own thing or maybe another Annabelle. I don't know, which maybe might not work, but I guess I wouldn't want to see a werewolf Conjuring movie.
I just love werewolves too. So
yeah,
that's part of it.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
Yeah, I'll be there opening weekend.
I won't be, but I'll still see it. My wife will want to see it.
Yeah.
So.
This is Kayla's franchise. This is her thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. She also doesn't like The Nun as much as the movie The Nun.
I think it's my favorite.
Yeah. We'll discuss that sometime. We got to do our killer countdown before this comes out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I don't want to get.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'll be there opening weekend. Yeah. Is what I was gonna get to. But last piece of news that we got here, I'm really excited for this one. Game of Thrones creators and I guess what were they? Writers, directors. Benioff and Weiss are bringing H.P. Lovecraft's monsters to life for Warner Brothers. So they will be bringing in the mythos of the one Cthulhu, which you can see on the screen right here.
This is a bad idea.
Bad idea. Yeah. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts.
These guys clearly drove the Game of Thrones into the ground over the last few seasons and turned it into a complete crap show.
They were focused on Star Wars, I think.
Which now they lost.
And then they lost because
Game of Thrones was so bad. This is a bad idea. They need it. Like, I have no idea why no one is giving Guillermo del Toro money and have him trim his script a little bit, and then have him do his Cthulhu movie. Like, I have no idea why these guys are getting that. This is silly.
Yeah. I literally don't know anything that these guys have ever done because I've never watched Game of Thrones.
Benioff started off as a novelist, I believe.
Okay.
He wrote 25th Hour, which is what Spike Lee did the movie off of, and then he started just doing screenplays here and there.
Okay.
And then he got the rights to Game of Thrones. That's how he became a big...
Okay. Yeah. So I have none of the Game of Thrones connections for me. None of that matters. It's just the fact that I like seeing that this is finally going to happen with a big budget on the big screen.
So
why is this taking so long?
Because is this based off of?
It's going to be based off Lovecraft's work, including the mythos of Cthulhu. So the reason why
it's taken so long is because there's the original source material. There's no love interest in that, so they're kind of losing like part of your audience there. It ends on a complete downer note.
Yeah.
So to do everything, you're probably talking a budget of $200 million, and you're not going to have the hero win at the end. You're not going to have someone to root for in terms of a love story to bring in the female audience. There's just so much working against you.
But there is things you can change. You can add a love interest into it.
Yeah.
There's certain things. I would say I do a loose adaptation of the Lovecraft story.
Sure.
Like we've seen. We're fans of. At least you're a fan of the sequel. Reanimator did.
Yeah, no.
It's a loose adaptation.
Sure.
I think it's just. I don't know. I don't understand why Cthulhu has taken this long to come to the big screen. I understand it's going to be a big budget.
Have you seen any of the other Cthulhu movies that are available?
No.
There's someone made like a silent movie about.
Oh, I've seen like some stuff on YouTube that people have kind of amateur style.
Okay,
videos,
so this guy about I don't know,
and
maybe like 15 years ago made like a silent movie based on Cthulhu and the whole thing, and it's really good. And it's about an hour long, so it doesn't take much time.
Do you know what it's called?
I don't.
It's probably on YouTube.
But
I'll look for
it. But that's a good thing to look up and watch. But I don't know. Like I don't know why it's taken so long. Maybe it's because I'm assuming Del Toro has the rights of something to it or has a script out there. And if this happens, and I think that kills that project, which would be really, really good.
Well, I don't
know.
I'm with you.
I'm not excited about this.
This should be a Del Toro movie. First and foremost, I think that's the route they should have gone. How many years ago when he had the script?
Well,
he's been working on it for a long time.
Yeah. So this I don't know if you remember this, but maybe about 10 years or so ago, he pretty much got greenlit to do this.
Yeah.
He had, I believe, James Cameron producing, and then I think he had Tom Cruise lined up to star. So like he had
everything set up to at least make some money off it.
He had
too.
3 of the Infinity Stones ready to go, and so I think he wouldn't budge on the budget, which is like $200 million, which back then was a lot of money, and he didn't want to put a love interest or have a happy ending for it.
I think there is ways to do this where it's not on a $200 million budget.
Yeah, no, you'd have to trim some stuff out now. He like his ultimate vision would be great, but if you want to make a big studio budget movie, he's going to have to concede some things. But yeah, I don't know why this hasn't happened.
I think it comes down to it would, because knowing like some movies like you and I would probably go watch that are just these otherworldly, mind-boggling, weird stuff that would cost and everything in the world to pay for. I don't think will ever get made because you're not going to make money off that.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe
and it doesn't. Cthulhu doesn't have a name like Godzilla does either, because that's how I compare the two.
He does in our circles.
Yeah, but
he'd like
to general audiences.
Like if you ask my wife or like my mom or other friends, like, hey, what do you think of Cthulhu? They'd be like, I have no idea what that is.
The thing Cartman was writing on South Park?
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, there's a great 3-part episode where Cartman teams up with Cthulhu.
Oh my God.
It's actually fantastic.
Of course he does.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, if there's not to promote another podcast, but there's a podcast called Best Movies Never Made, and they do an episode on Del Toro's unmade script, and it is amazing.
I haven't listened to that one yet. I'll give that a listen probably this week.
I would recommend, if you want some more background on why that hasn't been made and actually a thorough reading of the script, check that out.
All right. So yeah, that is. Do you think this is going to happen? We'll leave
this
with
movie?
That question. Yeah, I don't think it will.
The Benioff stuff?
No.
The Game of Thrones guys?
No, I think they'll get pulled from this too.
Well, what I not to see, I don't want to be on here telling people like I hope this fails, because I'm not. That's not me. But it'd be nice if this somehow galvanized the studio to be like, let's go bring Del Toro's script to screen, and maybe there's a place for both of them. I highly doubt that.
What's Del Toro working on right now? He's not set to direct anything in the future. So yeah, give it back to Del Toro. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this movie eventually happens. Once I see if they start shooting and casting.
I need to see this is the first day of shooting before I believe this is going to happen, because this is not like a very popular character.
No, for general, like right now we're in of course the superhero world, and we're all living in it.
They're gonna have to get someone huge to star in it, maybe like a Hemsworth or God forbid Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. All right, so that is the news for the week. Let us know your thoughts about everything going on in the movie news world. Let's jump into our main topic then, Blake, because we're going to be talking about the award season 2020.
Sure.
We'll talk about so the Golden Globe nominations came out.
Yeah.
The SAG nominations did. Academy Award nominations are right around the first of the year.
I think they're the third. I think
something like that. It's that first. I think it's that first week of January.
I think it's the 7th is when it is.
Either way, we're in the thick of award season right now.
We're.
So we kind of just want to do a general discussion of what's going on, who's nominated, who are going to be some of the big winners overall.
Okay.
So I want to start with what we know already for what's nominated. Do you have the Golden Globes pulled up?
I do not.
You want to pull those up? I'll pull up the SAG awards here.
Okay.
So let's look at. So basically, we should explain what some of these awards really are.
Okay.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Blake, but the SAG awards are the Screen Actors Guild.
And AFTRA.
Yeah, and what pretty much any film actor is a part of.
Yeah. If you're a part of SAG, then you're definitely. Why can't I find the nominations?
But I want to start off with, because they focus on the acting side. So we can start right there if you want to start there. Quickly, we'll go through what they have nominated so far. Male actors: Christian Bale, Ford vs. Ferrari; Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood; Adam Driver, Marriage Story; Taron Egerton, Rocket Man.
This is the SAG Awards?
Yep.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix, Joker.
Yeah.
So I think big contenders this year are going to be Joaquin Phoenix and Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think Leo's not gonna win. No, I don't think he is.
I think that he got his award already in there.
Yeah, I think if he hadn't won for The Revenant, he'd be a front runner for this. But I don't think he's gonna be one of the.
Is it a dumb question if I ask? Is his Hollywood performance better than The Revenant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because The Revenant's not that great.
Oh, I think it's great, but
is his best performance?
No,
ever?
I mean it's the Al Pacino thing where like, should he have won for Dog Day Afternoon or Serpico? Probably, but he didn't. He won for Scent of a Woman. Like it's a makeup award.
Yeah. So what do you think of this? So let's start with the male actors, lead actors. Yep. What do you think is going to be the big winners overall
for the SAG?
Either SAG, Golden Globe, Oscars. Once we get to it, who do you think are the big contenders that we got to look out for?
Well, it seemed like I haven't seen the movie yet, but it seems like Joaquin Phoenix won't go away, and I don't mean that in a pejorative way. Just like it seems like he's just there. I think Adam Driver could be a big contender.
I think he's a wild card in this.
I don't think he's a wild card. I don't know. I think he's straight up someone to be wary of.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to. I don't remember who was nominated for the Globes. Oh. Do you want to pull up the best actors in that?
So it's Joaquin Phoenix, Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes.
Okay, no one's talking about that.
Christian Bale for Ford vs. Ferrari, Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, and Adam Driver.
Okay, so this is drama.
Yeah.
Yep. What's the comedy one?
Let me find it.
All right. So I have yet to see Hollywood. I will watch that. That just came out this week on digital. I will definitely watch it. Get that watched before we get into the best of the decade, probably knowing a couple people on that show. But I think big contenders this year are. I think Leo is in the running
because he'll be nominated.
Yeah, he'll be. He is definitely in the. I think he'll be in the top 5 for Academy nominations. I think Joaquin is probably the one to beat right now. Because there's just so much buzz about him right now.
It's so hard for me to talk about when I haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
I think what's counting against him is it's a comic book movie.
Yeah, but I think the Academy's getting over that.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Black Panther got nominated last year,
and it didn't win. It didn't do very well.
Yeah. It didn't, but I think just the fact that that was the first comic book movie to get nominated, I think that's a big step forward.
I think that was more to do with the fact that it was such a huge movie, and you can't really ignore a movie that was so big and culturally relevant.
Joker kind of is this year.
No, it's nowhere near what Black Panther did. Right?
Really?
Well, didn't Black Panther make like $800 million domestically?
Joker's made over $1 billion worldwide.
Not worldwide.
Yeah.
Black Panther made like $2 billion.
I mean, I don't want to compare the two.
It's semantics, yeah. But like, Black Panther is culturally way more important than Joker is.
Yeah, I with the important part, yes. I think with the pop culture landscape this year is like Joker is.
I'm not. Yeah.
Looking at the Halloween costumes this year, everyone was Joker.
Were they?
Yeah. Oh. Unfortunately. So I think he'll be a big part of this conversation.
No, he'll be there. I don't know if he. It's hard to say if he's the front. I suppose he probably is the front runner. He probably has the most buzz, but I'm not convinced that he's gonna win yet. I don't know who's gonna win.
Brian also texted me his predictions for some of these. His best actor prediction was Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. So
yeah,
I think Leo, Joaquin Phoenix, Adam Driver are the big 3 this year.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be nice to see Taron Egerton get it.
Taron Egerton, you got it. Yeah,
he. When I saw that SAG nomination, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I thought he was really good in Rocket Man, and it'd be great if Rocket Man got out for Best Picture too. That'd be pretty cool.
Is it better than Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh my God, it's so much better than Bohemian Rhapsody.
I need to watch Rocket Man. Yeah,
Rocket Man like did what Bohemian Rhapsody should have done, is turn it into a musical. But
yeah,
that's neither here nor there. So,
or maybe had your lead actor actually sing. Let's move to the female actors then, because I think this is a pretty tight race.
Oh, I want to do comedy actors really quick.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy, Taron Egerton, Leonardo DiCaprio, Roman Griffin Davis from Jojo Rabbit, which I don't think he'll get in, and then Daniel Craig from Knives Out, which I also don't think he'll get in either.
No, I think Eddie might sneak in. Maybe.
Boy, I think
it's a tight.
I think Dolomite's done.
You think so?
We'll see.
I think if Dolomite gets anything, it's Eddie.
So for the Oscars, the biggest voting branch is actors, and Dolomite was shut out from the SAG Awards. It's true. That's not a good sign.
I will show Dolomite some love at the Schmuckies. That's for sure.
Another movie I have not seen.
You should watch it. I think you dig it.
I know. I want to.
Eddie actually gives a shit for the first time in 20 years.
Nah, it's not been that long.
What
about Dreamgirls?
When did that come out?
2006.
Okay, so we're almost 20
years ago.
It's just about. Yeah. Still, that's a long time for Eddie not giving a shit. Female actors, let's get into this. Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story. Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Lupita Nyong'o for Us, Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger, Judy for the SAG nominations. Mm-hmm. What do we got on the Golden Globe side?
I'll do comedy since I'm there already. It's Ana de Armas for Knives Out, which she won't be an Oscar nominee. Awkwafina could be for The Farewell. She could sneak in. That movie is not really a comedy, but I suppose you got to get her there. Kate Blanchett for Where'd You Go, Bernadette? We don't need to talk about her. Beanie Feldstein for Booksmart. She won't be there. And Emma Thompson for Late Night. She will not be there.
So what do we got for dramas then?
Drama, Cynthia Erivo, Scarlett Johansson, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger.
So what do you got here for the big contenders? I'm thinking ScarJo and Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, I haven't seen Judy. I don't ever plan to watch Judy. It's just not my kind of movie. But it sounds like Renee Zellweger's to lose.
Yeah,
that's everything I'm reading.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, which I don't know. I'm so like anti movies like that are made to win Oscars. You know, like we're gonna.
That kind of seems like a made to win.
And so
Renee Zellweger.
But having said that, Andy, our writer, liked it a lot.
He dug it. And I like Julie. I like Judy Garland a lot.
I could care less, honestly. But
yeah. It might fall into something I need to watch before the Oscars.
Yeah, movie. I'm not going to watch it. I'll just take people's word for it.
You'll take people's word that it's
I will, yeah.
I really
want to see Scarlett Johansson win for Marriage Story. I thought she was tremendous.
She is fantastic in that movie.
Yeah.
I think she's a contender, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Brian has his selection, Awkwafina.
For The Farewell?
Yep.
To get in or to win?
To win is what it...
she won't.
I don't think... I think she'll get in the top 5. For the Oscar noms. You don't think so?
I don't think so, but
we'll see.
It'd be a great surprise.
Yeah, I think she has a chance to sneak in.
Have you seen The Farewell?
I have not.
It's really good.
I plan on watching it before.
That's very good
this season. Let's jump to supporting actress then, because Brian has also put Johansson on this, but for Jojo Rabbit.
I have not seen Jojo Rabbit.
I have not either. Hasn't even
because Sioux Falls doesn't get movies anymore. It seems
Sioux Falls only gets superhero movies.
Yeah. So go ahead and read off supporting for SAG.
So Scarlett Johansson was nominated. Laura Dern for Marriage Story, Nicole Kidman, Bombshell, Jennifer Lopez, Hustlers, and Margot Robbie for Bombshell.
Okay. So for the Globes, it's Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell, Margot Robbie for Bombshell, Jennifer Lopez for Hustlers, Laura Dern for Marriage Story, and Annette Bening for The Report. Laura Dern's great. She's probably going to win. She's one everyone's talking about.
You think she's going to win?
Yeah. I think people just love her in general.
Yeah.
She's had a big career resurgence over the past 5 years, and I think this will be the culmination of that. The person who should win is Jennifer Lopez.
I was just going to say, I think it's Jennifer Lopez's award to lose.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't think Laura Dern will get nominated.
She will.
Yeah. I thought she was just fine in Marriage Story.
No, I thought she was great. I mean, really? it was she kind of brought like a little...
She's pretty much the antagonist of the movie.
Yeah, she is. I think she brings
But I think the other two are just the ones stealing the show from,
from everybody
else.
Yeah, it's about them. But I think when Laura Dern's
in the picture... I haven't heard anyone talking about her, though.
Laura Dern?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's all I hear about everyone talking
really?
about. Yeah. So I think when she's on screen, she's the best part of the movie. So, like, I think she's better than Johansson in their scenes together. Like, she's definitely the star of the scenes when she's in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna win.
She's also You think? Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's hers to lose.
You think so?
I think so.
I would, if I bet money on it, I would pick Jennifer Lopez.
Okay. I think she should win. I think Jennifer. I watched Hustlers last night, so it's very recency bias for me.
Do you think anyone? Do you think it's those two?
Yeah,
it's those.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to play out. I see
a lot of word noms for a Bombshell.
Yeah,
but I haven't heard anyone really talking about it too much.
It could be. I haven't seen that one yet. But Jennifer Lopez is on fire in Hustlers, and like to me, this is like I don't know. This is like the Jennifer Lopez. This is like
that we haven't seen since Selena.
Everything. Well, she's way better here than she is in Selena, and I think she should have been nominated for that too. But
was she not?
No, she wasn't. But this is just like I feel like this is the culmination of everything Jennifer Lopez has been working towards for decades. This is such like a I think like a lot of the stuff that she went through off screen in her personal life. Like she wouldn't have gotten here if it wasn't for all of that. Like this is just it feels like a big release of who she is, and
I think the Academy likes that story.
She kills it. So I would love to see her win because I thought she was great. I just think people love Laura Dern so much more. I think Jennifer Lopez is going to get that nomination of like you finally made it to the big game and here's your first nomination. But I think Laura Dern's going to win because people love her more. You know, she ran for the Academy president, like a few years ago, and I think she barely lost.
People do like Laura Dern.
She's Hollywood royalty. Her parents were big stars, and I just think it's gonna happen. So nothing wrong with that.
I think that's the big two contenders this year: Laura Dern and Jennifer Lopez.
And we'll see how Bombshell does. That could be a big.
I think that could sneak in here at late in the awards season. Let's move to supporting actor. Brad Pitt's award to lose. I think this is honestly the tightest one, but it's also has a number one contender.
I think who are the SAG nominees? I want to hear the SAG nominees.
Okay, SAG nominations. Like I said, Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Joe Pesci, The Irishman, Al Pacino, The Irishman, Tom Hanks, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and Jamie Foxx, Just Mercy.
Oh, okay. So
I think this is a very tight race.
All of those are the same except Anthony Hopkins is in for The Two Popes, which I think premieres Friday on Netflix. This is okay. I think you could take Al Pacino out. I think it's just.
I think Joe Pesci is the one people are talking about.
I think it's between Brad Pitt, Joe Pesci, and Tom Hanks. And I know I shouldn't play this type of game, but Tom Hanks has won before. Joe Pesci's won before. Brad Pitt's never won. This is his arguably best performance he's ever given. I think it's time to give Brad Pitt an Oscar. We'll see if it happens.
I'm going to agree with you. I think those three are the big three in contention. I think Joe Pesci has a better chance than Tom Hanks because it's bringing Joe Pesci out of retirement to put him in this movie. Tom Hanks is in a movie every year.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the fact that I think Brad Pitt hasn't won, and I think it's time. Yeah. Everything I have heard for no matter what acting category, he's the name in all of them.
He's great
for best performance period of the year.
He is so great in this movie.
Yeah, Brian has picked Brad Pitt as well.
Yeah,
so I think it's his with Pesci not far behind.
I think Tom Hanks is in there too.
I think he's in the running.
People love
he's
Tom
definitely
Hanks.
in the running. You bring up Two Popes. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it. Yeah. But it's I don't know. Well, it could sneak in.
A lot of people are talking about it. I shouldn't say a lot of people.
It's a Netflix movie, right?
Yep.
Okay, I think Irishman and Marriage Story are overshadowing it quite a bit.
We'll see.
How much Netflix will want to... Because it's all about, especially in award season, it's about the studio pushing it to the forefront. I think they're really pushing Irishman.
I think they're going to push The Two Popes and Marriage Story in for Best Picture nominations. And then maybe some of the acting stuff, but I think they're hedging all their bets on The Irishman, which they got a good shot at winning. So,
all right, let's go to Best Director.
Okay.
Because SAG doesn't have that. So we'll have to go to Golden Globes.
Okay.
Because their next one for film is Astounding Performance by the entire cast, which is Best Picture.
All right. I gotta find it first. Surprisingly, they don't have it on their. Okay, so nominees for Best Director at the Golden Globes are Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, Sam Mendes for 1917. The wild card here is Todd Phillips for The Joker, Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, and Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
All right, what are you thinking of those?
I think Todd Phillips is like and I don't mean again, I have not seen The Joker. I don't know how good it is. I don't doubt for a second that it's not a good movie. I think this is like a welcome to the show nomination. Like, hey, you did a great job. We're nominating you.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a chance of winning at all. Having said that, he could surprise. I think this comes down to Quentin Tarantino versus Bong Joon-ho. So it's the people who vote for the Globes are the Hollywood Foreign Press.
Mm-hmm.
Parasite is. This is like I'm not going to say a cultural phenomenon because it's not a phenomenon, but like they're pushing the movie pretty hard. Yeah. Bong Joon-ho was on Fallon the other night. Like that, I've never seen a foreign director on a late night talk show recently. It would not surprise me if he wins here.
And it also helps he has had success with American films as well.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Because, I mean, I think people at least know of Snowpiercer. They know of Okja.
Yeah.
Okja's on Netflix.
Right.
It's a Netflix movie.
Right.
So I think they at least can recognize, like, hey, if it's from the director of Snowpiercer, Okja, then
right.
That probably helped him getting on Fallon.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though. I think it's a Bong is up there. Yeah. Tarantino also.
Yeah, Scorsese maybe.
I think Sam Mendes is going to sneak in and win.
I think so.
I think that's the wild card that's going to sneak in.
Okay.
I think it goes, well, again, I think this is a very tight race as well. Because I think...
I don't.
Do you think they could run in their... I mean, it could be coming down to the Academy saying, well, we only have one Tarantino movie left after this.
And supposedly it's going to be Kill Bill 3. So.
He's just talking. But I think maybe they're like, maybe it's just time to give Tarantino his best director.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust the Academy to give him anything.
If you were to make a prediction, what would you predict for the Academy Awards
right now?
Right now.
I guess I would assume that Tarantino wins.
Yeah, I'd probably bet money on Tarantino winning. Brian has picked Tarantino as well. We'll get into Best Picture because I think then we have a different story.
Okay.
On that. So.
Okay.
What do you want to jump to next?
We can jump to whatever.
Let's just jump to some of the other categories really quickly. Best animated feature that we're going to get at the Oscars. What do you think is up for contention? Frozen 2, Toy Story, How to Train Your Dragon.
I haven't seen any of them.
I haven't either.
I don't know.
Toy Story 4 will probably.
I would assume Toy Story 4 is the front runner for there.
Brian has picked Toy Story 4. Cinematography, Brian. Unfortunately, you're wrong for picking Joker because 1917 will.
This just has 1917 written all over it.
It already has it locked.
Do you know what supposedly happens in this movie?
I know about the Are you talking about the concept? Or like how it's shot, It's
one take.
Yeah, it's a word.
I think this unless it's like this big avalanche of like we're gonna give the Tarantino movie everything to thank you for your career. I think this is where it's going.
1917's got cinematography, editing. Probably 1917.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Maybe Hollywood. I don't know.
Brian has picked Joker for that.
Well, Brian really liked Joker, didn't he?
He did. I dig Joker too. Foreign language, Parasite.
What else is nominated? I'm curious.
I don't know.
I want to see what else is nominated.
Does the Globes do foreign?
They do.
Okay, I'll let you look that up.
And supposedly the Oscars have changed it to Best International Film. Okay. The Globes nominees, I don't. Let's see. It's Les Miserables, The Farewell. I guess most of it is in Mandarin or Cantonese. Pain and Glory by Almodovar, which I hear it's really good, but I don't. And then Portrait of a Lady on Fire is the other one.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Parasite is. I don't know.
I think Parasite wins it.
Yeah, there's so many great movies that are not going to be nominated either this year.
That's why we're doing our schmuckies.
Yeah, I think Parasite's walking away with this.
Let's jump to the 2 screenplay categories, and then we'll jump into Best Picture for the last thing here. Let's do original screenplay. Tarantino.
It's either Tarantino or it's going to be Parasite. I can see Parasite winning this because oh man, this is hard to predict right now. But what's gonna happen is they're probably gonna want to give Parasite something other than Best Foreign Language Film. So that means it's either gonna win Best Picture, Best Director, or Best Screenplay. And I think it could win Screenplay. That's my guess. My guess is Tarantino already has 2 original screenplays. Mm-hmm. I think Parasite's gonna win Best Screenplay, original.
I think those 2 are the big contenders. I think Baumbach could sneak in for Marriage Story, but I think Tarantino will take it. I think they'll give him Best Original Screenplay. Let's jump back after we do Adapted Screenplay. I want to jump back to directors and get our 5 directors. Adapted Screenplay, Taika.
Sure.
For Jojo Rabbit.
Sure.
I think that'll probably be the big contender for that.
What else is nominated?
The Irishman would probably maybe sneak in there.
Yeah.
Joker, I guess, would be an adapted screenplay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Because the SAGs wouldn't have it. I don't know if the
Globes only have 1 screenplay category. Let me pull up.
What did they have for the full screenplay? Did they have any adapted, or
Two Popes was one of them?
Is that adapted?
Adapted. I'm gonna go by this Oscar site that I go to.
Okay.
The Irishman, 2 Popes, Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, Joker.
Little Women might sneak in there for
Hustlers, Motherless Brooklyn, Just Mercy. Yeah, I think this is going to come down. I think Steve Zalian's going to win for Irishman.
Do you think Little Women will get a little more recognition at the Oscars?
I think
Saoirse maybe for a Best Actress.
I don't think so. I think
any supporting actress.
Well, I'm talking in general. I don't think it's going to get the big stuff. I think like
Lady Bird did.
There was this huge outcry of why didn't Greta Gerwig get a Best Director nomination for this? And from my understanding, no one's really seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
So, my guess, because of the shortened window this year, my guess is Little Women's not going to make an impact.
Yeah,
it doesn't have the legs that Lady Bird did. Which.
Mm-hmm. Or even Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which came out this summer.
Yeah, it's just maybe a too little too late type of thing. So
I think it might sneak in with an actress or supporting actress.
Yeah. It's a weird year, because of how short the season is. But
I think it's.
I don't think it's going to get a Best Picture, Best Director.
I think it's in a contention for Best Picture for a nomination because there's 10. You can fit it in there.
Yeah. I don't think Greta Gerwig's going to get in personally.
Let's talk about Best Director then, since you mentioned that. What do you think? Let's predict our top 5 because that's the one I'm most curious about. Because I think the rest are pretty much have 2 or 3 front runners. I think Best Director is pretty wide open. Besides Tarantino maybe winning it.
Let's see here.
I'm going to go with Bong Joon-ho, Sam Mendes, Scorsese, Tarantino. And then the last one is the one I'm stuck on. I don't know what to put. Baumbach?
For director, I'm going to go Tarantino, Bong Joon-ho, Sam Mendes, Scorsese.
It's this last one I'm stuck on.
I'm going Taika Waititi.
Taika?
Yeah.
I think him or Noah Baumbach will be
my wild card would be Rian Johnson for Knives Out.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
I think that movie is such a... I haven't seen it. It seems like a very big crowd pleaser. I could see that getting in. And it's critically loved, too. Mm-hmm. So
I think it could sneak in there for best, because it's an original screenplay, right? From Ryan?
I believe so.
I could see it sneaking in for that. That might be the only one it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can maybe sneak in for best director. I don't think he will, though. I think Taika or Noah Baumbach will take that. Should we get to the big one then?
Yeah, let's do
Best Picture. So let's see what the SAG has. So let's see. SAG here, outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture, which is their version of Best Picture.
Right.
Bombshell, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite's the big surprise there. I think, man, those are good nominations.
Mm-hmm. And I think the Academy, they got room to work with because they've extended it up to 10.
Don't think Bombshell is gonna. Oh wait, we're talking about who's gonna win the SAG or what's gonna be Best Picture at Oscars?
Think, yeah, just best. Who are the big contenders this year? Period.
Okay, so the obvious ones that are getting in are Irishman, Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Or should we just do 10 just to be safe? Okay. So if I'm choosing like my 10 that I think they're going to get in, it's going to be...
probably be pretty similar.
Yeah, it's going to be Irishman, Hollywood, Parasite. I think Knives Out's getting in. I think Jojo Rabbit's getting in.
I'll agree with Jojo. I think The Farewell is sneaking in there too. Joker will.
I need to write mine down.
That's why I needed to. I can go through mine quick.
Yeah, you do yours.
Let's see. I need one more. What was I thinking of here? Farewell. All right, so mine, I don't have 10. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. They never usually go to 10 anyway. So mine are Irishman, Hollywood, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Marriage Story, 1917, and The Farewell are my 8 that I think will be nominated. And then we'll pick our winners once we get these. Brian has Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for Best Picture.
Winning
is his prediction for the Academy Awards.
Let's see here.
I wish they would just do 10, like make it 10. If you don't have this range from 5 to 10, just do 10.
I'm just gonna do 8 as well.
Okay. What do you got?
I have Hollywood.
Okay.
Parasite, Irishman, 1917, Jojo Rabbit, Marriage Story, Ford versus Ferrari, and Knives Out.
Okay. So we're a little different. But what do you think are the big contenders in this?
Oh, it's down to 2. It's Irishman versus
Irishman.
Yeah, the Parasite is not a front runner. Parasite could sneak in.
Okay.
But I don't think it's a front runner. I wish it was. I wish it was. Like
if we're making Oscar predictions, I'm going to predict Parasite to
winning.
No,
it won't win.
I think it'll win Best Foreign and Best Picture.
No, I don't think so.
I think it'll sneak in.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
If you're doing that,
having not even seen some of these,
my recommendation to you is if you're predicting that, place your bet now. Get those odds.
Get it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
we should do some sort of Oscar pool.
We should. I think right now this is. I just think it's Tarantino's year right now. Like, well, we got to see how the DGA nominates and picks their winner. We got to see how the PGA does, but right now I think there's just so much strong buzz with the Tarantino movie.
Brian had some other comment here. I think the Academy is still too scared to let Parasite win Best Picture. If it does get nominated, I think Netflix will get shut out of any category they get nominated, regardless of the film being nominated. So he doesn't think Netflix will pull anything in for a win.
Well, that's a bold prediction.
It's a bold statement, Cotton. See if it pans out.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack there. I think
the Academy's over the stigma of Netflix.
Yes. Well, Roma proved that last year.
Yeah.
But I think what he's saying is other movies
for winning.
Other movies are just going to win. Like they'll still get nominated.
I guess I don't. really have a winner from a Netflix movie in here.
Well, I mean,
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Unless ScarJo sneaks in for Marriage Story for Best Actress.
Yeah. I think Joaquin Phoenix... See, here's the thing. I think Joaquin Phoenix, how well he does depends on how well the movie does.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't get nominated for Best Picture, I don't think he wins Best Actor.
You don't think so?
No.
I think that's why I'm putting it in Best Picture. For me personally, it is one of the best movies of the year. But I think the Academy is also on that same stance.
I can't comment on it.
Because they have room to work with, I think, is part of their reason for including some comic book movies.
Yeah.
Hence Black Panther last year.
Without spoiling too much, does Joker feel like a comic book movie?
No.
Yeah.
It's a character study.
Yeah. So
it's more okay. So because I think the two biggest things it obviously gets compared to the Joker in the comic books, and then Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver.
Okay,
it's more Taxi Driver than it is.
I've heard the comparison to the comedian movie.
I've not watched Kings of Comedy.
Yeah, I've heard it's more like that than Taxi Driver. But I haven't seen Joker or Kings of Comedy either.
But I love Taxi Driver is one of my favorite movies.
It's good.
This is
it's really good.
Literally a modern retelling of Taxi Driver.
I think his success depends on how well the movie does.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably shortchanging it by not having it in my picks.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be nominated. I just.
So then I'll ask you this question. So let's say we're in a hypothetical world. Joker does not get nominated for Best Picture. Does Phoenix win Best Actor?
I don't think so.
If Joker gets nominated for Best Picture, does Phoenix win Best Actor?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it shows that they love the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right.
I was going to say something. I forgot. I think what's going to happen is this is obviously a pure guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we don't know anything. We're just a bunch of schmucks sitting around with microphones.
We don't know anything. I think what's going to happen is 1917 is going to walk away with all the technical awards.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Production, cinematography,
sound,
editing, sound, all of them. And I think Tarantino's going to win director and picture, and then Parasite will win screenplay, best foreign. That's my guess right now.
So those will be the big three winners at the end of the day.
And then for best actress, I think Zellweger is going to win. And as far as actor, I guess right now, if I'm going off of my predictions, Adam Driver would win best actor. And then supporting would go to Dern, and then supporting actress would be I've already forgot who's even nominated
for supporting actress.
Yeah,
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, so I'm sorry, supporting actor. Supporting actor would go to Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go for our nominations here. I think Best Picture probably. I said Parasite. I think Parasite will. Director Tarantino. Actor Joaquin Phoenix. Actress Renee Zellweger. Supporting actress Jennifer Lopez, and supporting actor Brad Pitt for the big 5.
Yeah.
6, whatever it is.
It'd be really cool if Jennifer Lopez won.
Yeah.
She's fantastic in Hustlers.
All right. So that's our picks.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very tight year.
Yeah.
Overall.
I think so.
We got some movies to watch. If we get them here in Sioux Falls. That's the big question.
Yeah.
With that being said, let us know your predictions for some of the Academy Awards and big award contenders this year. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think is going to be the one running away with Best Picture or Best Director? Let us know your thoughts. All right, so let's wrap this thing up, Blake. We got to plug some of the stuff we got going on here.
Do we have anything going on?
We got some stuff. I'm going to look up what date we're doing the Schmucky, since we are talking about awards. Because we're going to we'll get deeper into awards once we get to that. So, February.
Maybe we should have Andy on. Maybe we should just get him back on.
I think so.
To talk about some award stuff, because he's going to bring a new dimension to the whole thing.
February 5th is the Schmuckies.
What is this?
February 5th.
Okay,
we will be doing the Schmuckies, is what we're calling it. It is our version of the Academy Awards. We pick the nominations and the winners.
Okay.
Of our very own awards. I'll explain the rules to
because
basically what will happen. I want 5 guys on because there's going to be 5 picks. We
should all get 5 guys and have 5 guys here.
We should have 5 guys, definitely.
Yeah.
And 5 guys, burgers,
yes,
fries.
Yeah.
Yes, boom. But yeah, each of us will pick our pick, a nomination.
Okay. Oh, we only get one?
You only get one. But then we throw that into the pool. Then you have to vote for one that is not your own pick.
I think we know who's going to win. Anyway.
We'll see. We'll see. Then February 12th, we'll cover the Oscars in full depth as to what the winners were. Because the Oscars are February 9th. So yeah, that's what we got going on.
Very cool.
Let's plug the live show then. We mentioned it at the top of the show. We'll mention it here at the end. There it is. If you're watching on video, the poster, our fancy old school black and white poster. We are going to be counting down the top 20 movies of the last decade, 2010 to 2019. We're going to be joined by myself, Brian Mensing, Blake Ginithan, Andy Heller from Fat Dude Digs Flicks, and Corey Jacobson from Somewhat Random Movie Collection. We're going to be ranking the top 20 movies of the decade. 4 picks, 5 players.
4 picks each.
Yeah. What a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was explaining to some people the concept of it, and they're like, but how do you even do that? Like, you only get 4 picks? There's so many different choices.
I know.
And you deal with it.
You have to deal with it. You got to kill some darlings.
You might have to. This is a big... I mean, we could have done it for this year alone, and it would have been tough.
Trying to figure out what I'm going to play has literally been the source of my anxiety for the past month.
I agree. It's tough, because you have to narrow it down to 4 movies.
Yeah.
And how do you pick your 4 movies?
I don't know.
Favorite movies the last 20 years.
I don't think I'm even going to pick my favorites. I'm just going to pick movies that that's really stuck with me, and that I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. That'll be January 26th at the Last Stop Studios and Last Stop CD Shop on the east side of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That'll be hosted by Charlie Eccles from Midwest All Pro Wrestling. A little bit of contention there between him and Andy, as we said at the top of the show. And then we will also have a special introduction from Katrina from the JY6 Foundation. She will be doing an introduction as to what their cause is and what their story is. So be there. It's a free event. We will be doing some giveaways, have some prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a blast. Ton of fun. What else do we got to plug?
How about the Killer Countdown?
Yeah. What is our next episode, Blake?
Well, actually, right after this, we're recording our John Carpenter episode.
Yes. So that one will be the last week of December that will come out.
What a great Christmas present for everybody.
That's a great... But we also have another Christmas present for everyone. Because right now on backlot605.com and our podcast services, we have Your and I Killer Countdown of the greatest Christmas horror movies of all time. That was a ton of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It is not what you expect.
Nope.
We'll leave it at that. You can check out the next Sioux Falls and South Dakota Film Community Meetup December 18th at Severance Brewing in downtown Sioux Falls, South Dakota. You can check it out there. Join us. Come talk. Grab a beer with us. We'll talk some movies. Probably talk some Christmas movies.
When does this come out?
This episode?
Yeah.
Wednesday, whatever.
So come out tonight.
Oh, yeah. That is tonight. Thank you, Blake.
We'll see you in a few hours, actually.
We'll see you there. Check out our film friends, Andy from Fat Dude Digs Flicks and Corey Jacobson from Somewhat Random Movie Collection. Andy is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Corey on Instagram. Check out our TeePublic store. You can buy a fancy, cool Backlot 605 t-shirt or sticker. We also have Killer Countdown merch up there right now. Yeah, very cool. If you come to the live show, we want to see you wearing a Backlot 605 t-shirt. You can check out this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube, and then follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, big social media sites. You might have heard of them. Yes. So until then, Blake, this has been a ton of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We got to record a Killer Countdown right after this. Are you ready for that?
No.
We'll hype that up a little. John Carpenter movies.
I'm not ready. Like I said, I've made a list of movies that I want to talk about and be here, but I'm only choosing. I'll get 4 picks.
Yeah.
And so I just hope that our guest picks the ones that I want on the list.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm very excited for it. I'm very curious to what you guys both play.
Yeah. I'm curious too.
All right, you can check that out. That'll be at the end of December. John Carpenter Killer Countdown, and then next week we have our Rise of Skywalker spoiler review because by then everyone in the entire world will have seen The Rise of Skywalker.
Yay!
So we will spoil the crap out of it and let us know our entire thoughts on the film. So Blake, if you want to join us for that, you're more than welcome to.
I'll check with my wife.
All right.
Yeah.
She's the boss.
She is the boss.
I know the feeling. All right. Anyway, thank you all once again for listening. Blake, do you want to tell the people where they can find you? If you want to plug your new Instagram.
Yeah, okay. Well, I do. Yeah, I have a new Instagram account based solely for movie reviews. It's Midwest_cinephile. I think if you just type in Midwest, I show up. Clive Owen from Children of Men is my avatar.
That's not you.
It's not me.
Oh.
So yeah, I just I try to review everything I watch. I'm behind on one movie that I watched a couple weeks ago that I need to get out, but otherwise I review everything I watch. Little 2-paragraph things, and check me out there.
Awesome.
I'll follow back maybe.
Yeah, I don't have any fancy thing. Mine is just ramblings on Twitter, which is fun. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you all once again for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Backlot of South Dakota.